The President of the United States this afternoon threatening retaliation against officials from both the Obama and Bush administrations. Why? For criticizing him. This afternoon, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders announcing bombshell news, revealing that President Trump is contemplating revoking the security clearances of former intelligence and national security officials, including former CIA Director John Brennan, Director of National Intelligence retired General James Clapper, FBI Director James Comey, National Security Advisor Susan Rice, Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, and former NSA and CIA Chief retired General Michael Hayden. By the way, Mr. President, Comey and McCabe no longer even have their security clearances, so they can't be revoked. But more importantly, these officials have been critical of President Trump, specifically on the subjects of President Trump's relationship with Vladimir Putin and the subject of why President Trump continues to deny what the intelligence community says, that there was election interference by the Russian government in 2016. It's a denial that the president reiterated this weekend, calling Russian election interference, quote, all a big hoax. Again, according to all those experts, it's not. Experts say that until this afternoon, there's always had to be serious grounds for revoking such security clearances, and criticism has never before counted as such grounds. After all, remember, former director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, retired General Michael Flynn, leading the charge to lock up Hillary Clinton during the 2016 Republican convention.
Lock her up. That's right. That's right. Lock her up.
You will note President Obama did not revoke General Flynn's security clearance. Now, traditionally, there has to be evidence of abuse for that to be revoked. Now, the White House has cited no evidence of abuse by these former officials. They have said what Sanders called today monetizing and politicizing their public service is the offense. You heard that right, a spokesperson for President Trump objecting to the monetizing of public service. Sanders went on to criticize those former officials for, quote, making baseless accusations of an improper relationship with Russia. Again, you heard that right, a spokesperson for the nation's formerly most prominent proponent of the lie that President Obama was not born in the U.S., a guy who suggested that Senator Ted Cruz's dad may have played a role in the Kennedy assassination. Apparently, he does not like baseless accusations. CNN's Jeff Zeleny is at the White House for us with this breaking news. And Jeff, there's really no way to look at this other than President Trump wants to punish his critics.
Well, Jake, there's no question about it. Wants to punish them and silence them as well, perhaps. But it was pretty extraordinary in the White House briefing room when Sarah Sanders was asked that. It was an unexpected answer to a question that has been sort of floating out there. Senator Rand Paul was raising the idea earlier that perhaps John Brennan's security clearance should be stripped. Well, the White House confirmed that the president is indeed looking into that. And watch Sarah Sanders as she answered the question on this. She was reading from a prepared statement, which means she had given some thought to this, and this is what she said.
The president is exploring the mechanisms to remove security clearance because they've politicized and in some cases monetized their public service and security clearances. Making baseless accusations of improper contact with Russia or being influenced by Russia against the president is extremely inappropriate.
So then Sarah Sanders went on to name the people that the president is considering. Now, it's unclear if this is going to actually happen or if this is something the president is simply speaking about. She said there's no a set timetable of when this might happen, Jake, but it is extraordinary that they're even thinking about it. As far as we can see, it's unprecedented, certainly for one president to do it to former officials from a recent administration, Jake.